Good afternoon, traders. I want to start that by saying that I am really excited how our trading today was. At first a loss by mistake, but then very good managed buy. So this is once again good proof that managing is very important to set the stop loss just below the critical points where we can accept the maximum pullback. So it was very great to see how the chart was moving today. Perfect, guys. I love to see that you are working together, that you are mentioning how to move the stop loss. Of course, it's not always easy when you are managing to write at the same moment. I'm very close to making the voice chat because on Discord we have this option to use the microphones. I'm still not ready to share my screen because this is really big pressure for me, but I am very close to use voice instead writing. It could be just easier and faster, but everything on time. I need to fight with my small weaknesses to be more open for you as a community. But what we are doing now is really out of the planet, something special. I didn't see this in any group, just signals or a messy chat. But what we are doing here is really amazing. Okay, guys, let's start with the charts. I didn't change a lot. I deleted the yesterday's supply zone and left the higher one, the main. And I also drew the new fresh demand zone because it caused the break of this supply. Here was the beginning of push. We had big range and then huge leg out, big shot to the upside. And important thing is that this whole move here is just before the news. It's like compression. Yes, a zigzag move, a lot of indecision candles, and then strong shot to the upside. So this is the complete compression, which could be the sign, and it was, that the next day it would be nice to look for a sell. Yes, because it was compression to the supply. Perfect complete pattern. So today I was focused at first. At first I thought the price want to go back again here, but I realized this nice rejection from 20-0 imbalance, more sellers than buyers. Yeah, there were no buyers, and then came some criterias which I want to show you on M1 why I took this trade, because it looks like risky, but it was complete with logic for me. So look, guys, now we have still different time zone on by my broker. It should be the opening of Frankfurt was always at 9 a.m. Now we have here 10 a.m. So it is the opening of Frankfurt, and price created a demand as this supply was broken, and we have also imbalance here. So I was watching the price action. What can happen if it want to go to the supply, or how it can react with this imbalance left during the Asia session. So price came back, treated this negative imbalance, the opposite one, as a resistance, rejected from first line, from the second one, and was going down to the demand. So it could be potential like a ping pong play. What was for me very interesting, the opening of London here, this one huge indecision candle. There was a lot of volume. Now we see nothing because of this demand destructor. Oh yeah, now it's better. It was very high volume. The volume was increasing here all the time. So if I see increasing volume, this could be, of course, the sign of break some area. Yesterday I took a risky buy from the Asia low, because the price at first touched this level with very high volume, but then the volume decreased. Here was the strong push, and I wouldn't be looking for a buy after compression. Yes, the whole day compression with news, blah blah, on the supply. So if I see huge attack from this demand. It were already some multiple touches, and then price is going down and down and down, and then boom, yes, break of structure, break of this equal lows which were above my demand, and also break of this demand zone. It perfectly left the imbalance. Imbalance not so big, 10 to the 0, but volume decreased for my entry. Yes, it was here. I don't know if I can now see this. Never mind, it was almost 3 times lower volume on my entry, and I entered on the closure of this candle, and it was perfect 15 pips move, my magic number, what I'm always looking for. Honestly, my first take profit was on the demand, but then I found on the H1 that it could be maybe safer to have a line from the high, from the broken high, because below the demand was created. There's another example how good zones are when are made just before breakstone structure. And then I realized that some of you had also the lower time frame demand zones. But take a look here. This 1 week from that zone, if I would draw here, it didn't touch the demand, so it were like 2 zones very close to each other. Even on M15 we can see this, or maybe better, like this. Yes, this is the demand, good reaction, but this week just before missed the zone. The price went up just before news and wasn't fueled. So still there was potential of some pending orders, so I didn't use this because this move wasn't even the reaction with this lower zone. Okay, let's go back to the M1. So looking for buys here was not very risky, but I know that not everyone can just after a couple of weeks see the charts same as I see. The managing is very important. So even if your drawings are a bit different, the key is managing. If someone took a trade here, the stop loss should be moved below the fresh M1 demand if you are buying. So very, very important. Even here, yes, we had the imbalance, price was going still up, so I would move my stop loss maybe not below the demand, but just below the fresh made imbalance. There's a place where I can maximally accept the pullback. Because if price would break this imbalance, it means that the imbalance was totally worthless, and it is no more. It should be no more belief that price will take a reversal, because somehow the pullback wasn't accepted. For example, as it happened here, right? If price is breaking an imbalance, it's better to close the trade. So it was very fast good sell, and then I took also with you a very bad bad trade. It wasn't smart idea. I probably wanted so much to show you the skills, or yeah, this is liquidity grab, I want to jump in. The better entry on this bad setup would be here, as I similarly did on the second trade, which I will explain soon, as the break of the first imbalance as a gap. Yes, gap is also imbalance on both sides of the market, not only sellers or buyers, but both. Yes, no one was here on the market. So if I would enter here, I would correctly manage this trade and maybe close this on 1-to-1 when the last demand here was broken by this candle. I would be stopped maybe, yeah, just for the fees for my broker. But I did something irrational, what I see now, that price broke this imbalance, rejected from this gap which I didn't mark, came back down, and I said, yes, we are below the gap. We are back below the imbalance. I am jumping into buy. Now it sounds so funny, so stupid idea. And unfortunately, you followed me with this great trade. Yeah, mistakes are happening. I didn't feel very bad after this trade. Just when I realized the mistake, it was, whoa, man, what did you already done? What already do? Sorry for my grammar. So it was not a great idea. I just see this as that every day we are learning, we are working with our emotions to not jump into every trade. This was totally invalid. So many criteria failed on this one. So price even made another imbalance like 14-0. Wow, it was perfect decision to jump. Yeah, I'm now laughing at this. But yeah, it was big mistake. Nice that you followed me with this. But then happened something beautiful. Great equal lows, very clean, close to each other, so very tiny. They were creating the liquidity below this and strong shot to the down. Perfect. I like that Jamal found, not Jamal, sorry, James Jamalan. The James found the lower demand inside this huge 1 hour demand where price potentially can go. Also, Vixen mentioned that price finally reached the baseline, and it was good to trying to treat this whole leg out as a liquidity grab. A lot of volume, we can see increasing volume on this move. Appears some imbalances. I call this 2 imbalances as a cheesy candle because too much imbalances, too much holes inside the candle is very high chances to break this candle without any problems. And here, just on the bottom, at the bottom, I found the imbalance not from our tool, but I read this on Footprint, 26-1. This is also what Pavel told me. If this is a good idea to create a tool which is showing only 0 imbalances, because the 26-1 is also nice imbalance, right? And the new tool didn't show this, so I was more watching the Footprint. And as I mentioned yesterday, Tobias and Christoph also told me that this is not so precise tool, so need to be repaired. So I treat this now as a beta version. This is the first release, and I still have on my second screen the Footprint to watch the price, to draw still the levels on Footprint with these funny boxes, the violet or purple boxes. And this time on this setup I waited with bigger patience. So this bottom imbalance was broken, price came back, the imbalance on the volume on the candle with imbalance was 65, and it came down to the 33. I could enter here just on bottom, but after the first loss I waited. I wanted to see maybe 2-3 candles range on this price level, but then price shot to the upside. Moved to the upside. It's not any shot. So I treated those 2 candles together as a rejection candle, that we have only small body here on top and this everything down there is a wick. So I opened the trade just at the closure of this candle. I got small pullback, drawdown as a almost 1 pip, or just something like 0.7 pip. Nothing bad, but then price created a demand. Perfect, yes. Stop loss should be moved just below this one. The rejections, yes, the swap imbalances, it's working nice, so I expected some pullbacks. So it is good to be not disappointed on your trade, to be not shocked, oh man, what is going on? So if I see the imbalance, it is possible that price can hold, yes, that this imbalance can hold the price and go once again back. But I was already safe. So these were the levels where I expected the pullback. Maybe whole big rejection. No one could know. It is about managing, yes, the position. And I like the moment that we all manage this very very difficult area together, and we won. Yes, we took some profits, no matter if it was 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 5 or 10. The managing, yes, when price was above the gap, yes, it was good sign to break this gap. Also Ed mentioned this, that buy gap, because we had increasing volume. So same as here, yes, we had increasing volume on this demand, so this potential sign of break of this. Same was here. If we had here drawn markup drawn zone or gap or anything like box, and we see that price is coming here with increasing volume, it is the high chance of break it. And it happened, very nice. But price started losing volume. I also mentioned this on chart that price seems to be tired, but I really expected this big push to the upside. And price once again, as yesterday, missed my take profit by a half pip. It happened, nothing bad, but I set my stop loss below the last demand because I could accept this pullback. Yes, the price can go here, feel once again this imbalance. Maybe this feeling by a week wasn't enough, wasn't full, complete. So I could accept this pullback to see decreasing volume for another shot to the up. So I set my stop loss just below it. It was the higher edge of demand also, and I was kicked out. Very good, because I was safe with 4% up. Some of you had a bit higher, nothing bad. Yes, we all have own rules by managing, but we need to manage. It shouldn't be, as my advice, to set and forget, because if I would set and forget, I would be here kicked maybe in profit, break even, and I will lost whole this 1 hour managing of my position. So moving after every low, here, and also taking a look on the imbalances on the way, or demands. Anything which can you see as a critical point that we can accept the pullback, nothing more, move the stop loss. Even if later price hit that P, yes, the level, it was from my entry of my sell position, it was also my initial take profit from this failed buy, from too early buy. I also set my take profit in this area, and on the second try, Pavel also set here, very good level. I can only be happy that you see the potential levels of take profit and entries. Entries are of course the most important levels, that you see more often same things as I see. That means that you are working very good. And then news. I need to be honest with you, same as yesterday, I didn't check the incoming news. So even better that I closed the trade here. And now we see the big destroyer of every demand on the way. And once again, the same rule. Yes, when we have two zones close to each other, the distance here was 7 pips, not so big. Same as yesterday, yes, we had two supply close to each other. Of course, I'm also trying to get a trade from the closer zone if the price action is inviting me, if I see the liquidity grab or compression. But it should be always safer to wait a bit longer, have bigger patience to see the price action on the second zone. And just after news, it could be gambling because many movements could be manipulated. I don't trust the price action just after the news. Same was yesterday. Sorry. Look how aggressive price action was here. No one could know if the supply want to be broken or not. Now I think that no one is trading the end of New York. So as a summary, not summary, as the last words, I'm not trading tomorrow. Tomorrow are NFP news, the most dangerous, the biggest moves are price action can be boring whole day. I will not trust my analysis. So as always, this is the best day to make a Zoom call with you guys. Yeah, that's it. 20 minutes video. I wish you perfect afternoon or the rest of the day, and see you tomorrow, guys.